Welcome to Argue Bros, the podcast that gives you multiple perspectives on today's hottest topics. Hosted by Nico Penguin, Fred in Progress, and Jess Freeman. If you're looking for some inspiration from and for normal people, or simply want to know the bros a little more, you better open up your mind to the fresh perspective that's coming your way right now.
And welcome to the next episode of Argue Bros. We just want to thank everybody that took their time out of the day to listen to us. We apologize about us taking a little bit of time. It was time to grind. We are joined today by Jess Freeman and Fred in Progress. Thank you guys for being here once again.
We
Yes,
back.
sir. Yes, sir.
We back.
And talking about taking a little break, we do have to talk about mental health a little bit because not saying that anybody here is suffering from mental health, but it's something that's so important because look at the NBA. James Harden, his first choice was not the Brooklyn Nets. It was Philadelphia. And Ben Simmons is using mental health as a reason to not play. So I think it's really important that if in the NBA there's players that are advocating for mental health, that it's important that we discuss that at least a little bit for today's episode.
Whoa. Okay, I would like to say that there's two sides to the Ben Simmons story. He could have had mental health, or he's leveraging mental health for his benefit.
Stop the
Mm.
cap.
It could be either way. I mean, like, he lost millions off that mental health bid, though. It was the ego hurt. Is that considered mental health?
No.
Mm.
Like, do you think that? Do you think like all the people shitting on him for playing bad because he did play bad? Do you think that
Yeah.
counts as mental health?
No, I honestly think
Saying playing bad counts as mental health?
No, him playing bad caused the fans and everyone to shit talk him tremendously, and then that caused mental health, which is basically a bruised ego.
No, because
Mm.
if we're going to that theoretic shit, my fault. But if it was like that, then bro, Derrick Rose would have had mental health. Fucking let's see, who else would have had
But
mental
nobody
health?
quit on Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose just got injured.
Exactly, and the fans were just saying he's glass, he's this and that, he's not valuable anymore, and just disregarding him.
His body may have been weak, but he had mental fortitude at least.
Yeah, he was strong mentally.
No. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The difference, though, because he was still getting knocked like Ben Simmons. He was getting his game critiqued horribly, just like Ben Simmons. Like, oh, he can't do this anymore. He can't do that. Look.
I mean, I think personally it's different because Derrick Rose can't control his body's fragility versus Ben Simmons doesn't want to enter.
Exactly. This is where I'm getting at. This is where I'm getting at. Is this new generation shit to look pretty instead of just grinding hard, keeping your head in the mud, keeping your mental fortitude strong, and just when the clouds are blue, when the sky is blue and the clouds are showing, rise your head above the waters again. You know what I mean? But Ben Simmons, he did not go that route at all. He just said, "Oh, they don't like how I played. Damn, I don't want to talk to them no more. Get me out of here. Get me out of here." They said they don't like how I played in game 5. Get me out of here. Like, man, stop all that crying, bro.
But you think he's supposed to stay there with people that hate him? Because wouldn't that be worse for mental health? Is staying in a toxic environment?
I've heard NBA
Not if you can
stories
improve
that,
the environment by changing your actions.
bro, literally, like,
But if you're depressed, you don't want to change your actions.
And that's the question. Where does mental health begin and mental weakness start? And then we have mental fortitude as well. So, like, at what point do we dip
Wait,
into
they're all
they have
different?
mental health? Yeah, they're all different. So, mental health is like you're actually suffering from something, and you need like a psychiatric or therapeutic or
no, but before all that, you need freaking honesty with yourself, truthfully, because you could
that's part of
say,
mental fortitude.
you think so, though?
Yeah, because mental toughness is a all-encompassing thing. So if you're able to self-reflect, you're able to be strong within your own reason, understand where you're weak and where you're strong. That's mental fortitude in itself because you're able to see yourself as who you are and not the crowd and everyone else telling you who you are. That's tough alone. So there's different levels to like mental health in my opinion. So like there's mental health, there's mental fortitude, and there's mental weakness. Some people just got just weak mentals. Like
Mm.
they got professional skills, they're physically at peak performance, but they
Mhm.
can't perform because their weakness is mental. That's why
Mm.
I want to cross reference this. Esports teams they start having a lot of mental health professionals because they realized a lot of their players couldn't perform because they were having mental weaknesses. Like mid match, a match will swing in their favor, and then I don't know where they start losing. They lose like 10 rounds in a row,
Mhm.
and then they just like crumble because their mental crumbled. And so a lot of teams start investing $100,000 on keeping psychiatrists on pay for the
Mhm.
entire season. And the first team that did that won a major, and then everyone else just started copying them. And I think it's another very important facet that people overlook is the mental.
I mean, everybody's going to overlook it when there's no quote unquote proven reason. And so, as you mentioned, the moment you have proven results, like, hey, if your players are capable of mentally staying locked and focused and they're not distracted, like whether they win or lose, they're always going to play consistently. And if we know that our strategy is consistently better than their strategy, we're going to win. Everybody's going to recognize that and immediately pick that up. It's like a little domino effect, like, oh, snap. It's like he was able to do that. Boom, everybody starts to do that. Now, instead of mentals being into effect, you're actually taking skills and strategy. Like if everybody's at peak performance, eventually the NBA, esports, etc., they're just going to be based off of the strategy and the game, not based off of the emotions that a player is currently going through. Like, if somebody was going through mental anguish because something happened, like that girl that was in the Olympics that she got banned or whatever because she tested positive for drugs. Shariah Jackson, I think her name was.
Shakari Richardson.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. Thank you for correcting me. Yes. Her, like, she just went through a very sad event and she wasn't allowed to continue playing. I don't think Ben Simmons went through a situation like that. At least he hasn't publicized it.
Apparently, I want to throw in. Apparently, behind the scenes, he was already seeing a team therapist or some type of therapist for like a half a year or something before all this went down. So who knows? Maybe he was. Maybe he was. Possibility.
I mean, he has been. People have been.
It could be like it could like I heard like Shaq said he was getting shit on for many years, missing
Yeah,
free
yeah,
throws
yeah.
and everything, but he just
Exactly.
got better because he had mental fortitude. So I wonder if it's just like mental weakness, is it mental health, or is it just lack of mental fortitude?
Or maybe you think he's just gotten complacent being an NBA player.
That's
Like
also possible.
there's no reason to keep trying if people are just throwing 30 and $40 million at you and you're not even
Hey, but he
putting
was losing
100%.
millions though. He was losing millions for a while now.
Now, you know how I feel about
He
the
was
NBA.
willingly losing millions.
I think that was part of his contract. Anybody who disagrees, you leave a comment. I think NBA be doing stuff like that. That's part of your contract. Yeah, bro. I be thinking like, dude, just like think about it. Think about it. The most drama is gonna be your star player not wanting to play. People are gonna start being, into that. And then you can immediately use that as leverage to get James Harden. Like you could not write a script better than that. If you were the GM and 2K, think about that. You would force a mental health situation with one of my star players just so I can get that player that the GM for the 76ers is the GM that the Rockets were in, where James Harden won MVP. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's too far of a stretch to say that there's some stuff between the lines. Like, I don't have access to read the NBA players' contracts to know. And if I did, I would be reading that and I would see, like, is there a clause that says the GMs can fabricate a story and the players have to go through with that in order to create much of a bigger buzz? Because they can't do a lot of things outside of what the team allows.
Man, I don't even know if Joel Embiid wanted him.
I think after the first year that they didn't do good, Joel Embiid was like, "You're on thin ice with me." And then the second year, he's like,
I don't think he wanted James Harden. Like I mean, it's an upgrade theoretically.
"No, he did,
I,
he
I
did."
don't think so. I think it's another
Joel Embiid?
weak-minded person for another weak-minded person.
No, I think Joel Embiid for sure wanted James Harden. They were seen talking a lot. That's why when James Harden said that Brooklyn wasn't my first choice, and it's like, man, are you saying that for real? Like what? Like I don't even know because I don't follow the teams like that, so I don't know if in the beginning of the season he was mad hype and saying all this like, oh, we're gonna win stuff like that. So I don't know. But now for him to come out and say like, oh, that wasn't even my first team. Like I really
Man,
wanted Philly. It's like what?
man, James Harden in Brooklyn is like Kyrie with the Celtics. Like, yeah, I want to be here. On the side is like him and KD. Hey, man, there's 2 slots left. Let's go to that team. Let's play together, man.
Nah, but I'm thinking that it might also be the fact that, like, what if that Barstool story, whatever that you had sent. So, Just Freeman sent me a Barstool story that was talking about how Kyrie was just dusting on James Harden, and that then he called him wash and like stuff. Like, I don't believe the story per se, but something like that could have happened, or James Harden could have told the team like this wasn't my first choice anyway, and Kyrie might have gotten his feelings and been like, "Word, all right, so I'm not gonna get backs then." Like, I don't know. I'm just
What?
saying. I'm just saying, like, that could have been each other's way to like,
That's an odd
bro,
scenario. Because the
dude.
nigga said he's washed, he's not gonna get his vax.
Bro, because remember,
What the
so
hell?
I was saying like that's the case if Kyrie said something like, "Yo, James, you washed," and James is like, "Hey, I don't even care because like this wasn't even my first choice. As soon as my contract is over, I'm going to Philly." And then Kyrie's like, "Hey, man, I don't like that. So you know what? I'm just not gonna play no more. I'm not gonna get vaccinated." He can't say legally that he doesn't want to play because it's part of his contract. But what he can say is that, you know what? I don't want to take this vaccine. And I'm gonna use that as an excuse. And then once him and KD figured out that KD is gonna take Kyrie's side and that they're gonna work a trade to try to get James out of there, because they're not trading people overnight. Like the NBA doesn't just trade people overnight. They're setting this stuff up way, way, way behind the scenes. So they're already doing all this paperwork because it's all legal. Like it's all legal paperwork. So they're setting all this stuff up. And then maybe that's when Kyrie decided to go back and only play home games because now New York isn't allowing him to play unless he gets back. But if he goes to another state that doesn't have that as a requirement, he gets that opportunity. And that's why I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's so many circumstantial things. The NBA does need to present an entertainment aspect to it. If it's just NBA, if it's just basketball, no one's gonna really be
I don't
looking and
think they
paying
have to
attention.
force any entertainment. I think it just comes naturally with how many people what the type of people they have.
Are you sure? Because look at the last 5 years worth
It's
of
not
stars.
WWE.
Like, look at the past 5 years. Like, has there been a drastic difference out of like the top 5 players in the past like 5 to 6 years?
Nah, but there's been a meta change. Like slowly the teams, the big three teams meta is slowing down now. Everyone's going to their picking their teams and picking who they want to play with and such.
The new generation of rising stars as well.
There's always a
Exactly. They don't
story.
gotta force anything. They have all these new players coming in that everyone's falling behind. Like it always refreshing.
Like ice
Not a
trade.
forced story.
That's
It
the
just happens.
story.
It's the
Ben
story
Simmons,
happens because
rookie of the
of
year,
current
2 years in a
reality,
row.
not
You know,
forced.
Blake Griffin, rookie of the year. Blake Griffin pulled a Ben Simmons before Ben Simmons.
So you're saying everything's orchestrated?
Yeah, of course. It makes a better story because
Ah, you wildin'. You wildin'. You was wildin'.
people
You was
people are
wildin'.
gonna play basketball regardless. When you add the story, it adds more to it.
The
It
story happens because the reality happens. They just reported well.
I don't know if about them reporting it well. It does get reported. Like I was looking at this article the other day and I posted on the chat talking about this billionaire wants to get LeBron's jeans and Serena Williams jeans together. And I'm just like, man, now that's wildin', bro. But if you ever saw Star Wars, it might not be too wildin'. Because in Star Wars, there was the Clone Wars. You know what I'm saying? And the Clone Wars were essentially taking the DNA of like the best and the most gifted bounty hunter in the whole galaxy, which I think that's what the Mandalorian is. I don't know. Star Wars fans, don't butcher me, don't kill me if I got that wrong.
Set him
But
up on the crucifix.
no, chill out. But yeah, like they took the genes of the best guy and they cloned them, and it's like, we have the two best athletes, and this guy's like, Paula, like he's already apologizing to like both of their spouses, and like, hey, listen, they're the two most gifted black athletes on this planet. You put them together,
Bro, they don't actually have to have sex. We have the capability to just get LeBron's semen, get her eggs, and have a test tube baby. Problem
but is
solved.
it the same thing?
Nah, my question is
Is it not?
No,
There's
because
already
don't
test
don't
tube
you?
babies.
is
You
it
just need a surrogate. You just need a surrogate. So what they do is that's why they're surrogate mothers. They get the semen and then they take the woman's egg and they inject it in a woman.
Wait, that's what happens?
is it 1 billion each or
They implant the egg that's already been germinated into the woman, and
Wait,
that
wait. So
woman carries the
so
baby.
then does the baby? Who is the babies then? Like the
It's
DNA is.
both the DNA has already been created because they already put the sperm inside the egg. They're just putting the egg inside the woman, a different woman. That's what a surrogate mother is.
Oh, so the guy is.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guy, but that's what a surrogate is.
I mean, I just base off of like Abraham and like the Bible and stuff. Like I thought the man just does it with the girl.
No, so they don't even have to have sex.
Oh, so in the modern times or whatever, like they're doing that stuff.
Mhm.
So then is the child like 50% the man, 50% the egg, and 0% of the woman that carried? Because I would think because what you're saying is like the test tube baby, like they're gonna have to be born like Vegeta or something like that, and like one of those like
Yeah,
DBZ
okay, so I just
things.
researched it, guys. I have the computer at my fingertips. So it's called gestational surrogates. A technique called in vitro fertilization now makes it possible to gather eggs from the mother or an egg donor, fertilize them with the sperm from the father or sperm from the donor, and then place the embryo and the uterus of a gestational surrogate. So literally, the woman doesn't even have to have the genes. It could just be LeBron's semen, Serena's eggs, and just put it in some woman to have the baby.
And it's gonna be like 50% each. There's no like
There's no way the genes will mix with the other woman who's carrying it.
it is because the egg is already connected to the sperm,
Yes,
and that's it.
it's already gestated, just like a flower is already gestated.
Wait,
And
but
growing.
then that's almost sad for the woman though, because wouldn't the woman have that emotional connection for that 9
Nah, they
months?
get paid thousands of dollars to carry a baby.
But I'm saying, like, emotionally, wouldn't that woman have, like, that emotional tie? And the mom who had that egg like, Serena wouldn't have any ties to that child, like, emotionally
No,
speaking, because she didn't.
rich people who don't their wives don't want to carry their baby. There's actual stories of that. They'll have a surrogate
They
instead.
do that?
Yeah. So the
Oh, wait,
woman
I
doesn't
mean,
get her body mixed up.
Kim Kardashian did that with Kanye, right?
I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I heard that.
I don't know.
No,
Impossible.
I
Who knows? You tell me they went to the moon, I'll believe it. I don't know.
no, because I heard that they did the surrogate thing. That's why I was asking, like, he didn't do it with the lady so that he could just, like, have just like when they go to, like, a sperm bank, he could just do the sperm bank donation, and just like there's an egg donation or freezing eggs, and then you put
Yeah,
that
that's
together.
literally with a lot of older women who are getting into at-risk pregnancy. About 30, they
Oh!
freeze their eggs. It's called in vitro, and then they have a
But
surrogate if
when
they
you
want
do
to in the
it that
future
way,
because they can't
can you
carry
Oh,
the
call
that's
baby
what
anymore.
that is.
can you call yourself a mother? Like a real mother?
What do you mean a
Or
real mother?
no? Like, you know how people be like, "This my baby," have a maternity connection to them.
Yeah, they've no blood relation, but they carried the baby to term. That's it. They have no DNA
No,
connection
Wait,
but
to
so
that
you're
child.
telling me if that was the next LeBron James or the next, like, Michael Jordan-esque kind of person, like, that person who carried them for 9 months can be like, "That's my child too?"
Correct. They sign contracts, so they have no relation to that. Their only job is to carry, just like it's a job.
Oh, so that billionaire is literally just asking for permission to take their DNA essentially and be like, "Hey, this is a human being that you
I
will
don't know if
never see."
he may want to see them have sex. I don't know what his taste was.
Oh,
Over
that's
the
true.
billionaire, I don't know what his
Uh,
taste was. He may want to see
oh,
have in
that's true.
person.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Rich people have different kind of tastes like
Exactly.
that.
They got different money. They experience anything they want. Now they just want he maybe wanted to see that and be like, oh my god, the two best body built athletes together. He may want to see that more than having the baby. You feel me?
You should-
yeah.
You
And,
never
and
know.
How do you like it so far? Don't forget to reach out via social media and suggest the next hot topics to argue about.
And the reason that was such a big thing to me is because, like, over the weekend, the Houston Texans defensive back Jonathan Owens, he questioned Simone Biles to be his girl forever, and I was looking at that like, wow, this billionaire is trying to do what that guy just did, trying to get one of the greatest athletes in a sport in order to, like, because those babies are gonna be super gifted.
Yeah.
Not only gonna be like 6 foot, like imagine a 6'5", like flexible gymnastic. You know what
The
I'm saying?
genes and the training are gonna be good. That's a
Whether
combination.
female or male, exactly. Genes, training, nutrition, which is something that you struggle
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
on a
yeah.
day-to-day basis. Like, and that should be rolled right into mental health is nutrition because your food also
Nutrition's
dictates.
easier because it's tangible, so people actually put more focus towards it. Things
You
that are
think they put
intangible is
more?
always things that are harder to grasp. Yeah, yeah. That's why every team has a nutritionist. Every player, they put money into having a nutritionist and having what they eat and everything like that. It's
But for
the
the
more tangible things are easier to focus on and understand how they affect your body. Things that are intangible, such as the mind that we don't understand yet, is
But what if somebody doesn't have the motivation or the discipline to stay focused on that motivation?
are you talking about Zion Williamson? That man the beignets?
No, because I'm thinking James Harden was chunky in Houston, but the moment he got to Brooklyn, he was
That's because
skinny.
he wasn't trying. He wanted to get traded, bro. If you want to get traded, I'm hitting the strip club and getting me some chicken wings. That's what you doing, bro.
Bro, like I said, that's all fabricated. The guy,
Him and little baby
yeah,
throwing
yeah, I'm
block
pretty sure.
ones.
I'm pretty sure the Rockets GM was like, "Hey, listen, I'm gonna leave this job, and they're gonna hire me in Philly."
Daryl
So
Morey.
so the way you can play back with me and try to get, I'm gonna try to get you a championship caliber team because the Houston Rockets ain't got it no more. Is listen, you need to put some weight. People are gonna be like, whatever, and I'm
Going
gonna
for the long
trade you.
con.
Bro, these are GMs. They're going for the long plays. Like, he could have finessed James Harden's career like that, and
But
James
you
Harden
think
might have bought it.
you think they really won that trade though? Like Philly versus Nets, who you think won?
Well, I think the Nets won hands down, no
Oh yeah, they
question.
got Seth Curry too and picks. Like, bro,
oh yeah,
bro.
and Andre Drummond.
They got a
Yeah.
championship caliber team and got extra pieces. Like, that's the crazy thing. They improved their player. Like, a lot of people wanna hate on Ben Simmons, but he's a defensive monster. His wingspan, his lateral quickness, like, he's first team all defense,
They don't
hands
need
down.
another scorer. They have Kevin Durant. They don't.
And
Kevin Durant can score for
Kyrie.
3 people. Kyrie played
Kevin
half
Dur
the time. They got half of Kyrie.
No,
Okay,
no,
they got
listen, like
50%.
you said, KD can play for 3 people, and Kyrie, when he shows up, he can play for 3 people.
Don't
They
do
need
my dog
people.
Kyrie like that.
Bro, he half a man right now because he can't play half their games.
How many can he play then? Like, he could drop 50 on a dime, bro.
All right, chill out. When was the last time that happened? When was the last time he played?
What do you mean? Like 2 or 3 games ago?
What?
You didn't see it? He was cooking.
Come on, man. How you gonna say what?
You know, Kyrie,
Man,
and that.
I'm sorry. I'm only watching the games in New York. I ain't even seen him.
Listen,
He
that's
play?
Kyrie. Yeah, he's been
I only
playing.
watched their home games. My bad.
Yeah, he's been playing. Like, he torched the Pacers when they faced off and whatnot. But yeah, like, they got
Pacers,
those.
boy, the Pacers are trash.
What are you talking about? They're nasty now.
Nah, they're good. All right, they're all right. I can't say they're nasty. Like,
What do you mean? They got Harrington now. They made trades. They made moves. They got a nasty backcourt now.
Recently.
Hmm?
Recently.
Yeah.
Let me see what Kyrie stats look like
Yeah,
nowadays.
his playing, like the recent playing, you gotta make sure you put playing because
Kyrie dropped 25 easily on a regular night.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, easy.
Oh yeah,
but,
for sure.
But when he wants
let's
to,
say, now
he
let's
can
say
up
if
the ante. No,
let's say if he's being called wash or saying, "Hey James, why can't you score buckets like me? Look, I just hit another
He
3."
overreads sometimes, bro. He overreads sometimes.
Like, those are 2 people. Now you also have Patty Mills, Seth Curry, and Cam Johnson, who can easily do 10, 20 points off the bench. They got a solid team. They just need somebody like Ben Simmons who's just gonna pass it to the shooters, or somebody who's gonna play defense. Like, he's not a 3-and-D. He's just a passer and defense. What I would suggest though is, like, if he learned how to set screens, he could be a point forward, just like Lamar Odom was on the Lakers.
Did you just say? Wait, you talk who? Who said
Ben Simmons?
Oh, okay. I thought you said Kyrie Irving setting screens.
No.
Chill out for a second there.
Or he could be a pick and pop like Lamar Odom. If
No,
he
he cannot shoot, bro.
Nigga.
Nigga, you the kind of coach. You the kind of coach that will give your players mental health. Be like, hey man, it's just a 15-foot jumper, man. Come on, man. You practice 1,000 times, you are gonna hit at least maybe 40%. And after he shoots and he only makes 20 out of 5,000, be like, man, you are really
Get
bad
your
at
weight
this.
up, boy.
It's like, and he's telling you, hey, listen, I need to go to my second therapist now because, like, you're making my mental stress like go off the roof. Justin, you'd be like, I don't care about no mental health. You know what I had to go through when I was playing?
Man, it's something to it though. They ain't.
I mean,
the
they're not
grit
lying.
the old
But
people
think
had.
about it. If you grew up in an,
everyone getting spoiled right now because this is the most abundant life.
if you grew up getting spoiled, what do you expect these players to be like?
No. I'm not talking about players. I'm talking about in general. We're at the most abundant humanity has
Oh, that
been
humans
in so long
right now?
Yeah, so we're building softer people because the world doesn't require hard people right now.
We're at the peak of the age of knowledge. That's true.
Now, are you saying that because he dated a Kardashian, or are you just saying that?
What?
I mean, we could extrapolate that humanity is weak in total because he dated a Kardashian. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, like I said, you say anything about the Kardashians, I'll believe it. I don't know.
Yo, what if that was in the
They
contract?
put their hand over the sun. All right, they got billions. I don't know, maybe.
Nah, but that's true though.
What if that's why they only traded 2 people? You know, 2 people from Philly and then 1 person to Boston because they added the Kardashians in the trade with him.
Man, no lie. She did a whole roster at this point.
Yo, chill
they
out
could build
now.
a team around her pussy.
Oh my lord!
No, not just a team, an all-star team.
Yeah, she got an all-star team.
Legitimate.
Jordan Clarkson, he got 6th man of the year.
Oh my god.
Blake Griffin, he won dunk contest. Ben Simmons, he got rookie of the year. Devin Booker, did he ever win anything?
That would be so funny if we get big enough and we can invite some of them on. That'd be funny if we invite all of them on. They don't know that the reason that it connects them is that they had sex with Khloe Kardashian. I mean,
I think they know. I think they know.
No, I'm saying they don't know why we invited them all. So if somebody invites them to a show or a podcast and on the show and be like, so the one thing that's commonality in this group that we wanted to really talk about.
It's like, oh, we're in the NBA? Oh. I'd be like, oh, and then you're going to have somebody say, I did it first. And you'd be like,
bro, I did it best. You could just,
you already know.
You just start some beef, man.
Yeah, you're like, it's like, nah, she said I was the biggest though. And it's like, what? She said that to me.
If they're on the same team, I'd be like,
Bro,
Damn, y'all
Ben
teammates
Simmons
on the
is on the
streets
same
and the
team
sheets, fam.
with Blake, bro. What are you talking about? They're on the same team.
Bro, that conversation
Oh.
gotta be wild.
If they talk about that, because they might not want to talk about that. That'll be
You right.
awkward.
You right.
Because
You right.
some
Yo,
guys, some
now they're gonna be like, yo, you got her tomorrow? I'll bring her in tonight. I got you, bro.
bro,
You can have her
no,
Nah,
for the rest
nah,
of the
Tristan on that right
no,
now. I heard Tristan on that right now. We can hit up later though.
nah. What's her face? I forgot her name. Kendall. She's dating what's her face right now? She's dating Devin Booker, and she's the one that dated the whole rosters of players. So she dated all them two there. She dated a guy in Utah. She's dating a guy in Phoenix right now, and I think it's because obviously he was about to be a championship. She wanted to say, I was here before he was a winner. And can you imagine the audacity, man? But yeah, that conversation would be kind of crazy though, because some guys they'll do the locker room talk, and then some other guys they'll like, yo, don't even talk to me about it. It's like, yo, come on, man, like we both dated her, we should be friends. It's like, nah, please don't talk about that situation and that.
Eskimo brothers.
And it's like, oh my lord, yo, come on now, chill out.
That is crazy. I mean, would you? Hey, if you were a basketball player and she approached you, would you deny it, nigga? Like, I want my turn. You feel me? Like, that's what they
Nah,
probably thinking. Ain't
No,
none of
I
them
would
married or
definitely
something.
deny it. Look at
What?
this shit.
What you
nah.
talking about?
This is my opinion. I think the
The
NBA
girls you
players.
can get after her, the clout you get from just dating her. Some of
Yeah,
these girls are
you
gonna
gotta
want to
talk.
date you after. Like,
You
there's
gotta
just so
talk
many
to the
benefits.
agent. Yeah, you
There's
gotta talk to
benefits
your
in the
agent.
sheets and there's
Yeah,
benefits in the
no,
streets, my
no
guy. What you
sheets,
talking
but
about?
no sheets. There are no benefits. Yo, Justin, tell him why there are no benefits, because he's about to tell him why there are no benefits there. Justin's like, did you see that
Hey,
toothpick?
yo.
Damn, he got D'Lo too, and Ben Simmons. Oh my god, and Kuzma. Oh my god, legitimately,
Bro, it's an all-star team. Like, think about it. That roster right there, that's an NBA team.
bro. They all ran through her. That's crazy. Her body's still there. She got a tough body.
Bro,
You
she's a
think so? You
Kardashian.
think it's still there or
Now the
built
doctor's
back
helping.
up?
They got billions, bro. They call whatever doctor they need.
Yeah, she could just ask her sister, like, hey, listen,
Got a
I'm
refresher.
yeah,
Like, let me
I'm gonna
transplant my pussy. It's broken.
yo, I
Got
remember when
stored
I
the pussy.
Are you using the
oh
mode
my
from 2016 or the mode from 2019? Which mode?
dude, yo, that's wild. That's wild.
They could probably
Nah,
get
but I
10
think in
things you
that
can never even
situation,
afford.
they gotta talk. They gotta talk to the agent. They'd be like, "Yo, listen, I have the chance to date a Kardashian, man, but I want to be on this roster team." And the agent is like, "Fred, like, hey, listen, you date that girl, you're gonna get into a Hollywood movie." And it's like, what? It's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get you into
The
Space
ad
Jam
revenue, your
3.
jersey's about to sell.
It's like, and your jersey gonna sell every time you step up. Everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, who is that next to Kendall?" And it's like, that's Devin Booker. It's like Devin Booker's jersey sales jumped up 300%.
Bro, it's like hot potato. Whoever married her going to carry that L.
It's like who's the demographic that's been buying the new jerseys, NBA.com with all the stats. It's like we see that it's girls between the ages of 13 and 19 years old. It's like, wait, so you mean to tell me that we have a demographic that aren't strictly male? It's like, yep. It's like, so why are they buying his jerseys? It's like, well, it looks like the Kardashian is dating him now. And that moment, that's a blessing and a curse, because now everyone's gonna compare that. And the moment she gets married, everybody's gonna be like, "You married that guy? But look at all the guys you dated." Hey, wait,
That's
hold on.
crazy.
Rick Fox was part of that thing
I
too?
know. No, Rick Fox is
Wait,
Chloe's.
what?
I know Rick Fox so old, bro. Rick Fox was dating Chloe apparently at some point after Lamar owed him. I
He
know,
was
right? But
a
he old. He is so.
rebound.
Hey, he got it in at his age. It's like it don't
Nah,
matter.
he got the money, bro. They're not fooling with broke. Like even a mediocre NBA player still makes bank.
James Harden dated Chloe. What the hell? Oh my god!
Yeah.
If the Kardashians put a whole team together like for themselves, they could own an NBA team,
What, you
get the
looking at the whole
roster together.
roster?
Yeah, I'm looking at the whole roster for all the sisters.
Bro, yo, Fred, when you
They
get
got
when
a,
you
they
make
got a starting
when
five.
you
Oh my
when you make
god!
enough money, you can just do a charity event with and just reach out to them. Like, hey man, we trying to put a charity event, and then like you said, you don't tell them until like they show up. And it's like, hey,
I wanted some synergy
I mean, like, I don't get along with this dude. He dated my ex.
for the
It's like,
children.
no,
For
it's
the
like, no.
children, you got to
You'd
be
be like,
here.
yeah, you'd be like, nah, y'all dated the same girl. Like, what you mean she dated my ex? Did y'all hit each other up and be like, hey man, you gonna date her in March? Cause I'm gonna get her in June when it's my turn to go to the NBA playoffs. Cause I want to make sure I got all eyes on me.
That is crazy. I wonder if you got to get in contract with them, probably.
I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of NDAs because they're not just gonna let you walk in the house and tell them, walk out and then say all the secrets. Isn't like one of the reasons that Lamar Odom was depressed was because a lot of stuff he wanted to say he couldn't, and then after he almost died, he was like, "F this NDA, I'm telling everything." Like, isn't that what happened? Like his wife, like Chloe, was like, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want as long as you tell me," and he's like, "I don't want to tell you. Like, I don't want to tell you."
I'm not all up on the Kardashian lore. Like I said, you could tell me any about them. Oh, I get it. I believe it. They're rich enough,
Oh
and their
man,
power is rich, great enough.
I mean, I didn't even
Each
know
one
she
is
dated
billionaires.
Chandler Parsons.
Bro, they ran through the
Wow,
NBA roster, bro. Oh my
wow,
god.
that is
Hey, I
sad,
mean, hey, they come to the NBA like as a shopping list. They're like, I
bro.
want
No,
him. I want him.
yeah, dude, I was gonna say, what if the WNBA did that, and that might be able
Yo,
to spice up.
that's like the MVP award, except you getting a Kardashian at the end of the year.
Oh my
Play good
lord! But
enough.
what would be the wait? Hold on. But what would be the male equivalent though?
Mel
Like
Quinn what?
if the WNBA MVP, like who do they get? Like, do they get like Taylor Lautner? Like, who do they get? Do they get Michael B. Jordan? Like, who would they be getting?
Ain't none of them get nobody. They look. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Okay. Ain't nobody want a tall woman.
Nah, whoa, wait a minute,
Man.
man.
Yo, leave a comment if you're a tall woman and you hate this man right now.
Wait, yo, hate him, hate him. No, hate him,
Tall athletic.
everybody.
No, chill. That's why. I'm just saying.
All right,
I'm
hold
just
on,
saying,
Fred. What
bro.
do you hold on? Where do you consider tall? Because your perspective on tall might be a
6 foot and
foot
up.
five.
That's why I say women, and
Okay,
it's
okay.
statistically, it's you can research this. Women who are 6 feet and up struggle getting dates because short men in general don't want to be shorter than their woman.
No, that's
True or
Mm,
true.
false? And only
that
a
is
certain
true.
there's only like I don't even know the percentage. I can Google it real quick. A
Yeah, I
percentage of
remember Kevin
men over
Simmons
six
saying
foot.
like the ideal height is to be like 4 inches shorter than type of thing. So a 5'10" dude should date like a girl at least no taller than 5'6", and that 5'10" is the ideal
In
is the
America,
average height.
only 4% of adult men are 6'2" and taller.
And what about women?
Let me Google that, sir.
Because then if it's more women that are 6 foot tall, then But if it's less than, then that's a
They're definitely
super.
less than 1%. Roughly 1% of U.S. women are
And
6
how
feet
many men are
tall
over?
or taller. 3.9. So there's like almost 3 times as much.
So there's more men that are taller. They're just not choosing those tall
Yeah,
women then.
women. We want shorter women. Us tall men want shorter women. We don't want women our same height. The hell?
So then those
Look at the majority of NBA players. Majority of any tall person over 6. I can guarantee they're probably dating someone who's shorter than them.
So then they would have to get somebody like in the Guinness World Record of like the world's tallest men for that year.
No, they just got to settle for shorties.
No, that's their prize. Your prize is after you win the MVP
A
is you
man of
get to
equal height.
yeah, you get the man who's the tallest man in the world. Because remember,
No. They're
every year
called
is
medical
changing.
disabilities. They're called medical disabilities. Chill out. Chill out.
Wait, those are medical disabilities?
The people who are the tallest people in the world, they have so
Uh-huh.
many medical disabilities. They have to walk with
Really?
canes. Their bones are deformed. They're weak. Their bones get weaker. And a whole lot of stuff.
They get
Yeah,
arthritis quicker
that's why
and
some of them
shit.
don't live that
Yeah.
long.
Oh man, so you're literally saying that women that are over 6 feet tall have no options?
No, they struggle to get relationships and men who want to date them because they're so tall.
But you're just leaving them to dry. What should they do?
I don't know. Figure it out.
I'm
I'm not in that position. I'm just stating the fact. I don't have the answer. Bro, maybe Google can tell you.
Oh my lord, bro, yo, dang. So what about if you're a guy and you have a sister who's over 6 feet tall? Like, do they have hope for their sister?
Man, start looking for a man early before you reach your full potential height.
Oh my lord, but women get their height at like 12 or 13 years old.
Man, better
Like
have a middle school start.
tall women for the rest of their life at 13 type
Then
of
they be
thing. Like,
wearing heels too, bro.
because they want. Oh, I see everybody wearing heels, so I want to do it too. That's tough right there. Because that's that entitled attitude. Like, well, my guy got to be taller than me. It's like y'all both rare. Like the audacity to be tall and wear a taller heel, and then to demand that somebody taller love you when shorter girls just want to be loved. And guys are just gonna flock to that. Be like, dang, I gotta. But also, I don't know if this ties in too much, but like clothing is cheaper when you're a little bit shorter. I'm just saying. Like shoe sizes are cheaper. Like you don't have to get burned like spending $200 at the store because you don't know the pricing on your shoes because you're like a outrageously large shoe number. So I can imagine it's the same thing on the female side. Like imagine your girl having your shoe size like or a bigger shoe size than you.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they
well,
definitely got issues. We got an article here listing all the benefits of being tall, and they're just disguising the weaknesses as benefits. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
like what? Like what?
Tall means powerful. Anybody want a powerful woman? The man wants to be powerful in the relationship. I'm just saying. Like,
wait. So you're saying like when Brittany Griner said that she can play ball better than DeMarcus Cousins, that was like
bro, he'll concede. He don't even want to be around her. What you talking about?
Yo, imagine that's girls' ways of flirting. Like, yeah, I'm strong just like you.
Like, that's a commonality of them picking fights with the guys they like.
Yeah, but do guys be even caring like that? Because it's like, man, you can almost beat me up if I didn't try.
If someone's major physical turn on his legs, well, you got him.
What the fuck now? Hold up.
Why
they set it up like that?
Some great answers. I don't know. That's the tagline. I'm just reading from the internet. I'm just flowing it to the mic.
Nah, that's tough. But actually, now that you're actually looking at articles and stuff like that, like, are you guys prepping up to make 2022 the best year yet? Because we working on some stuff behind the scenes, and I want to know y'all's take on it. Like, y'all see Argue Bros doing better. Y'all see your blog post doing better, because a lot of people starting to look at the NicoPenguin.com website, and all of you guys have been like starting to get seen by other people. So do you guys plan on continuing that, improving that, changing things out?
We're getting closer to figuring out what works. And in my opinion, to grow, you need two things, which is structure and consistency. And that's what this year's going to be about.
Consistency to always improve. Because there's never going to be a stagnant point that we reach. We're always going to reach for new improvements. We're going to reach and look for new holes and new just things to fill and make ourselves feel more complete and be more complete. So there's always room for improvement anywhere and everywhere.
Consistency. What was the first one, Fred?
Structure.
With that on the consistency and the structure and having that in place, that's going to allow a lot more room for growth, essentially, right?
Yep. By having structure, we know what's there, what's not, where there's room to grow. Structure allows you to see the future and also plan for it, while also seeing your current. So structure is a key to everything, honestly. That's the foundation.
Without order, there is chaos.
Couldn't have said it better myself, and that's amazing.
Summarized it up.
Facts. Do y'all have anything that y'all want to promote before we close this potentially last episode of season 1?
Let me think on that. I'm definitely going to guarantee I'm going to be writing a lot more this year. So y'all are going to get a viewpoint into my mind, whether you like it or not, honestly. You may not like it.
More stories on the way. Stay tuned, Nico Penguin, man.
I just want to say that we are actually doing our very best to bring you guys a lot of good content. I wish I could reveal everything that we got going on. All I can say is check out NicoPenguin.com. I'm starting to expand my content creation. I've always had it in me to not only put my friends on, give them a platform for them to thrive on. Also, I want to do as much as possible to put other people on. That's why we are trying to structure things on, because I'm doing a lot behind the scenes, as well as I'm doing a lot of highlights. I'm doing a lot of promoting other people on my personal platform. So I'm trying to make sure that I can do as much as possible. So that way, once we start having guests come on board, that we can, see them. But with that said, I don't want to take too much of your time. You listener out there, thank you for listening. And this could potentially have been the last season or the last episode of season 1. So the next time you hear us, it will potentially be season 2. And we're going to have brand new stuff out there. Again, I can't reveal much, or else these dudes are going to shut me down. But just stay tuned. With that being said, Argue Bros, season 1, we are done.
Hold up. I just would like to make a disclaimer. Tall women, I love you. I just want that to be known.
He's 6'4", so he literally does love you.
You and your sexy 6 foot long legs. Yeah.
We could be tall together. We could be tall. You can wear heels and I still probably be taller. I got you. You
ever seen a Chihuahua humping like a little couch or some shit? I'm that Chihuahua, baby. Remember that.
Oh my Lord. Argue Bros season 1 done.
You've been listening to Argue Bros. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and leave us a review to let us know what you think. Keep listening and we'll catch up with you next week.